Welcome back to our Motivational Podcast. I'm Susan, and with me is the ever insightful Larry. Today, we're delving into a book that has reshaped our understanding of habits and their impact on our lives and businesses. The Power of Habit: Why We Do What We Do in Life and Businesses by Charles Duhigg. Larry, this book offers some groundbreaking insights, doesn't it?
It certainly does, Susan. Charles Duhigg has done a fantastic job of breaking down the science of habits into something that's not only understandable, but incredibly actionable. The book explores the habit loops, a concept that explains how habits form in our brains and how they can be changed.
The habit loops is such a pivotal concept in the book. It comprises three key elements: the cue, the routine, and the reward. Duhigg illustrates how understanding and manipulating this loop can lead to significant changes in our personal and professional lives.
Absolutely, Susan. What's fascinating is how Duhigg uses a variety of real-life examples, from individual stories to major corporations like Procter & Gamble, to illustrate the power and implications of habits. It really puts into perspective how habits are at the core of many successes and failures.
And it's not just about individual habits. Duhigg also dives into keystone habits, habits that can trigger widespread changes in our lives. These can range from simple things like regular exercise to more complex patterns like time management in a corporate setting.
Yes, and the book doesn't just explore how habits form, but also how they can be transformed. Duhigg provides a clear guide to identifying the components of the habit loop and how to implement new habits or alter existing ones.
It's a compelling read for anyone interested in personal development, organizational behavior, or just understanding why we do the things we do. As we dive deeper into the power of habit, we'll explore the practical applications of Duhigg's findings and how we can harness the power of habits to effect positive change in our lives. Continuing our exploration of Charles Duhigg's The Power of Habit, let's talk about the role of belief in changing habits. Duhigg emphasizes that belief is a critical component in the process of habit change, especially when it comes to overcoming challenges. Larry, how important do you think belief is in this context?
It's absolutely vital, Susan. Duhigg discusses how belief plays into the success of habit change, especially when facing obstacles. He mentions that often, it's the belief in the possibility of change that fuels the entire process. This belief, sometimes sparked by a community or group support, can be the difference between reverting to old habits and pushing forward to establish new ones.
That's a powerful point. The book also dives into the concept of small wins. Duhigg argues that small wins can cumulatively lead to broader transformations. Could you elaborate on how small wins contribute to forming new habits?
Sure, Susan. The idea of small wins is rooted in the belief that tiny, almost imperceptible changes can build up to significant changes over time. Duhigg suggests that these small victories help establish new structures and can create a momentum of their own. It's the accumulation of these small wins that fosters the development of a new habit or the breakdown of an old, unhelpful one.
It's fascinating how minor adjustments can lead to significant shifts. Another aspect of the book that I find intriguing is how Duhigg examines habits within organizations and societies. He looks at how leaders can harness the power of habits to create effective organizational cultures.
Yes, that part of the book is particularly enlightening. He examines how institutional habits or routines can dictate the success or failure of an organization. By understanding these group habits, leaders can implement effective changes that can drastically improve performance and employee satisfaction.
As we delve further into the power of habit, we'll also look into how these principles apply to various real-life scenarios, from personal goals like exercising more to larger-scale applications like transforming business operations or even societal change.
Absolutely, Susan. The power of habit isn't just about understanding the mechanics of habits. It's a guide to applying these principles to achieve tangible, lasting change. It's about recognizing the patterns that shape our lives and learning how to transform them positively.
As we wrap up our discussion on Charles Duhigg's The Power of Habit, it's clear that this book is more than just an exploration of habit formation. It's a guide to understanding the fundamental patterns that govern our lives and how we can harness them to foster positive change, both personally and professionally.
Absolutely, Susan. Duhigg's insights into the habit loop, cue, routine, reward, and the role of belief in changing habits provide a powerful framework for understanding and reshaping our behaviors. The book drives home the point that by altering even the smallest habits, we can significantly impact all aspects of our lives.
It's empowering to realize that change doesn't always require massive overhauls in our lives. Sometimes it's the small, incremental changes, the small wins as Duhigg calls them, that accumulate over time to produce significant results.
That's right. And beyond individual habits, Duhigg's exploration of organizational and societal habits shows that the principles of habit formation and change are universally applicable. Whether it's a multinational corporation, a small team, or societal structures, understanding and molding habits can lead to profound transformations.
As we conclude, one of the most important takeaways from the power of habits is the power of awareness. By becoming more aware of our habits, we not only understand ourselves better, but also gain the power to make meaningful changes.
Indeed, Susan. For our listeners, whether you're looking to break a bad habit, establish a new one, or understand the habits that shape your organization, The Power of Habit offers the insights and tools you need to succeed. It's a must-read for anyone interested in personal development, organizational efficiency, or simply understanding the human psyche better.
Thank you, Larry, for such an insightful conversation, and thanks to our listeners for joining us. We hope this discussion inspires you to examine your habits and empowers you to make the changes you seek. Until next time, keep exploring your habits and take control of the changes you wish to see in your life.